Okay, so this is going to be a decently long video, mainly because, like, instead of just the one stage that you see here, X-Men versus Street Fighter Mall Mayhem, it's actually going to be like four separate stages in this pack. Um, so I don't expect everyone to watch it to the end, but at least fast forwarded it so you can see each stage is going to be in here if you're curious, because it is four separate stages for the one release. Okay, so we have the original X-Men versus Street Fighter Mall Mayhem stage. I used cldz's version as the base. Um, so one of the big problems with this stage that wasn't really cldz's fault is there was a ton of color loss damage all over the like flags and stuff, and just a bunch of like nastiness all over it too that couldn't even be blamed on that. So like I went like extra hard trying to clean up the flags and make them look a lot nicer. And I changed their shading. I even like added extra like pixels to them to try to make their shading more distinct and look a little nicer. Besides cleaning them up and fixing color loss damage. So that was one of the big pushes on this version of the stage. Um, so the next thing is okay. You see this kid that jumps here. This kid in the green jacket. So this kid and the kid on the right and the other green jacket, they do like shoryukens every once in a while. In the source game, if your character taunts the little kid does a shoryuken. Okay, so in cldz's version, uh, he was missing three separate sprites. Like this kid on the left was missing like two sprites completely out of his animation loop, and I think like him over here was missing three. And what's funny is like each one had like one of the copy of like one of the sprites that was missing from the other, so I just had to like keep copying and flipping to get them all in there. I also like had to like figure out the positioning. Also in the cldz version, he only Shoryuken once, but in the game, it certainly seems like every time you taunt, he does this like Shoryuken twice in a row. And so I like did the frame counting and tried to get that just perfect. They just go off after a while. Um, so that's a big thing that I fixed. There was some like art damage around the escalator that I fixed up, and also the escalators were running too fast. They actually run at exactly half speed of what cldz has in the source game, so I touched that up or made it correct, so to speak. Um, I feel like I did something to this guy over here, but I can't quite remember. There was a lot cleaning up the regular background too. A bunch of little sprite touch-ups all over the place. I know I am forgetting something important, but I probably can't remember. Take notice of this New York sign on the window here. It's going to be important later. So so yeah, this is the main big version of the stage from X-Men versus Street Fighter. The art's cleaned up a lot. A lot of the animations that were missing are restored, or the sprites are restored, and the animation timings have all been like redone to match the source game with like me frame counting. This guy over here has a unique timing to this Mugen stage because in the source game, he turns when you get close to him, and that's not something you can like duplicate a Mugen 1.1. You could probably do it in XMen, but not in regular Mugen 1.1. And I doubt even Ikemen could or Ikemen could make detect when your character is taunting, because that would be basically impossible, because that would mean a universal taunt would have to be across all characters, and that's just not something that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's all for this one, except don't look too closely, you'll see the secrets. Okay, so this is the no flags version. So CLDZ, like he had the flags on a separate layer removed from the game, and I didn't know that was a thing. I had no reason to assume the flags could be removed, but whenever he was ripping the sprites, he must have got the flags like disabled for a second. So I'm now able to like have you see the background. And there was a lot of stuff hidden back here, like Wiley books and the toy shop. All these details on the like shop signs that you couldn't quite see before because all the flags. We're blocking them. So yeah, here's this alternate version with all the flags and banners gone, so you can see more detail on the stage. Uh, you can kind of see that there's a crowd hidden behind this ice cream truck, or not truck, but cart. There is a woman who's hidden completely back there. So I also included a version that takes away the ice cream truck, so you can see these characters back there more clearly. So this is yet another alt, but this isn't one of the high effort alts that I was referring to earlier. Okay, so now onto the first distinct version of the stage, or that isn't the main one. The empty version. Okay, so this is the stage at night and the mall's abandoned. I was gonna call this like the modern version instead of empty as a joke. Hey guys, you ever been in a modern empty mall? It's kind of creepy, right? Anyway, so that's this version. There's a little differences here, I think, in the sprite work, and a bunch of the stuff has been removed to like make it seem more empty. Obviously, like like it doesn't suit me to have the mascot or any of the like people around. Okay, so this is the big like high effort one that took several days. Next, this is the umbrella version. Okay, so there's this old joke back in my content, like way before I even started doing Mugen, that every time there was like an appearance of an umbrella, it would always be the Resident Evil umbrella colors. And so like I took that like gag and like really went out of control with it. Like everything in the stage is now umbrella themed. So like all the banners have red and white. Everything is red and white themed. Um Also on this version, since I wasn't as concerned with accuracy, I helped clean up the lettering on the banners a little better. Because in the original version, the dark shade of the banners like covers the letters, and it honestly I don't think it looks that hot. But so I not concerned with that much this time around because I could just goof off with it. I also changed the Marvelous sign to look a little better. Um, this Umbrella Corporation sign is of course new. I changed the rabbit into a raccoon. I'm actually kind of proud about how this raccoon head turned out. Um, oh, I added a tail, of course, too. And after a while, if you stay on the stage long enough, the confetti starts falling, and it's like red and white confetti. But there is like a stray dark gray one is there as well. And there's some Resident Evil cameos around the stage, like this woman in the dress has been converted to a certain Resident Evil character, as you can see. This guy on the right has been converted. And the New York sign is now Raccoon Boutique because I don't want the New York theming in my umbrella stage. And I just remembered something I forgot to mention in the source version. Like the colors on this kid over here on the left, his in the source version, they're pretty bad. Like they felt like a pretty lazy palette swap of the other character. And like his eyes were bright orange and his like shoes were all messed up. So I had edited this kid to look nicer than he originally does in the source art. So that's, even though he's been swapped again in this version, back in the original X-Men vs. Street Fighter version of this stage, he's also different. But yeah, if you look around this stage, you'll find Easter eggs and stuff. It also comes with a version that removes this cart so you can have a better view back here. Though I removed the fat guy and the woman on the floor and the mannequin holder just because I felt they didn't fit the theming very well. So I took them out. I just kind of wanted to do the red and white thing on the kids so they got to stay. But that's the let's see, that's version 3 of the main distinct versions. Here's yet another one. This is the oldest view version. And this version of the stage is one giant reference to the oldest view. We got the rolling giant in the background, got the "We're Back" sign. You can see it up there. There's a flickering exit sign. There's a whole bunch of little details and stuff that are a reference to the oldest view. And once again, I changed the sign back here. It's now Valley Fashion because I didn't want it to be New York. It's supposed to be in the Valley View Mall. Anyway, I was gonna go even harder with the stages. This stage's like decor, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling too hot about how the little like overgrowth coming out of the ground and the like leaves laying around was turning out. So when I tried to X like cracks and stuff to the wall, it just started to look like too pasted on and not natural part of the stage. And I just wasn't really feeling it that well. So I don't know. I kind of ended it early, but I mean, I could have worked like 3 more days on this, but I probably still wouldn't have been happy with it. Yeah, even if you jump up, there's now trees behind the glass up there. And I think there's a couple other things if you pay super close attention you'll notice in the stage. But so yeah, there's also a version that comes without the rolling giant in the background here, just in case somebody wants to put their own rolling giant version character in here. I mean, he's a bitch to draw, and I'm not even sure what his move set would be, but I afforded you the option of having him removed. But so yeah, here's a bunch of versions of the stage, and some of them were quite high effort to pull off. I hope this was worth the wait, you guys. Enjoy.